Hey guys, Jason here in All the Soul, and we are doing part 2 of our draw stick review. So in part 2 here, we are looking at the STX Axxis. Now the Axxis has been out for a little while. It came out in 2019, and it's not really sold brilliantly for us here in the UK. I've seen people use it in the States, and I'm sure it's been fairly popular on the draw. But I think people just find it, it's a strange looking stick. Now, we have seen the emergence of more specialized players, and this was the first kind of draw specific women's stick on the market. Now, it is a strange looking stick. We have sold a few of them, and the people have bought them, are big fans. But I think for a lot of draw players, they just look at it and they're not sold on it. But I want to explain some of the features of this stick for you so you can understand why it looks the way it does, because it is very different. When you look at this, it's a very, very different face shape on it. And there's a couple of things which, from first appearance might turn people off. But like I say, I'm going to explain why it looks like this. So I think if you know what Marmite is, this is a Marmite head. You either love it or you hate it. Some people love it, and I'll explain why they love it. So, you see a few features you see in other STX sticks. So we see the Speed Scoop here. The Speed Scoop is carried all the way around on the Axxis. And the Speed Scoop is great for ground balls, but it also helps just protect these top strings from fraying. So what else do we see on the Axxis? Well, again, from other sticks, not just STX, from other sticks in the market, you see this shortened throat. Now, this is the first time we've seen a shortened throat on a girl's stick. And the reason for this is because on the draw, we can get our hands further up on the stick, so you've got better control. Okay, so there's an advantage there. So again, that explains this short throat we see on this STX stick. So, we've got to talk about this face shape. Really unusual face shape. The best way to show you why it looks like this is to actually set it up against another stick for a draw. So the umpire tends to be placing the ball up in this kind of upper third section of the head. And you can see here, the face shape of the Axxis being kind of very long and elongated up to here, up to the point it flares, means that the main body of the stick actually is sitting inside your opponent's stick. So straight away, you're in there, you've got an advantage around the ball because of this narrow section here of the plastic. Now, the draw claw, again, is going to help you get in there and just get a grip on that ball and just pull the ball out. So you see here, we've got these draw claws, and they're quite pronounced. They're kind of up on the shoulders here, and that's really going to help you guys direct the ball out. So STX have always been one of the leaders when it comes to new technology in women's sticks. And I don't think this is any different. What I do think is that it's so different that it's kind of off-putting for some players. But, as you've seen when the heads are against each other set for a draw, there is a reason for this very long, like I said, elongated head, this short throat, so we can get our hand up on the throat of the stick a little bit higher, close to the plastic to get better control, and this kind of weird last-minute flare out here. That's to meet the dimensions rules for the head, so it meets the spec. We have this minimum distance here. Now, the factory pocket in it comes standard with the Crux Pro mesh, the STX Crux Pro mesh, which I'm a fan of. I do like the Crux Pro mesh if you're looking at full mesh. And, as factory pockets go, it's fairly well defined. It's got some definition to that pocket there. So it's got a nice channel in it. And it's also strung to the inside. So if you're familiar with stringing to the inside, it gives you a narrower pocket, but you can see here it is strung to the inside. And we do a lot of stringing to the inside here with men's pockets. I was stringing to the inside of my own sticks like years ago before it became fashionable to do so. You know, you start to see that with some women stringing, but I don't know, it's very much a Marmite's head, as I said before. You know, you either love it or hate it, and yeah, it's not going to be for everybody. You know, the face shape of this is off-putting for some players. Now, is it a fit stick you can play outfield with too? I don't see why you can't, but I can see why people would want to try, you know, and swap it out for another stick. If I was a draw player, you know, I'm not sure I'd want to be swapping sticks on the field and then somebody subbing out with that stick. You know, or you coming off to get another stick. Want something you can stay on the field with, personally. But, like I said earlier, there have been a few customers that have bought this that, you know, are just raving about it as a draw stick. Obviously, this, you know, we're in 2021, so we're obviously coming out of the back end, hopefully. Fingers crossed, we're coming out of the back end of COVID. And, you know, we've not been taking the draw. There's been very little lacrosse here in the UK and the rest of Europe. So, you know, the draw's not been a huge thing for the past nearly 18 months. And when we returned to lacrosse, we weren't allowed to take the draw or the face-off for a long time. It's only really in recent weeks we've been allowed to face-off and take draws again. So, you know, I think we'll see a little spike in sales of draw sticks and the Axxis. And like I say, it does have some unique features. So, STX have also brought out this Axxis handle here, which I've got to say is a very, very cool handle. It's got the cool gold graphics on it, and it's got what they call a varied profile. So it actually changes shape. Which you have seen before in other women's sticks. So it says here, raised ridges for strength and stability. So we've got this textured area down here, and it's kind of, you know, it's octagonal down the bottom. It's got some raised ridges. You can just see there, you know, ridge down that kind of area. And that's got a really nice feel to it. And we've got this textured area on the top, but as you can see, you know, the handle moves here from being octagonal to kind of being teardrop shaped, and it's got this textured grip here again. So again, that's going to give you a good grip on your stick when you're taking that draw. And I've got to say, although the Axxis head itself hasn't sold brilliantly here at Northern Soul, the handle has been flying. People love this Axxis handle. So, you know, if you're an STX, you know, fan or a Nike fan, you're looking for a handle that's, you know, got a little grip down the bottom, a little grip at the top. You know, the Axxis is worth taking a look at. It's a nice handle. It's got a sweet look to it. You know, the black and gold looks really nice. But, you know, I think as time goes on, you know, the Axxis will see a bit of a spike in sales. And as I said, you know, in the States, it's been popular for draw players in the States. It's just not really taken off here. But hopefully, those people who are watching this video, you're looking for a draw stick, now you might have a little bit better understanding of why the Axxis does look so funky.